All right, Tom, first question coming in here from my man Choppy71, and make sure you're using hashtag NFL or super chatting. Panthers getting Robby Anderson, a good signing. It's a Y for yes for me.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a good pickup by Carolina. I may be a little bit concerned that Matt Rule is going to get too close to getting the band back together with all of his former players. But in a bubble, they've all been good signings, so I'm not overly concerned about that. I am curious to what other moves they make at receiver, if maybe they try and shop Curtis Samuel. But for the price tag, it was a good deal for Carolina.
I mean, if you want to try to win a Super Bowl, you got to build Temple into the NFL. I think that's the most logical explanation. But honestly, I think it's a good fit, and I think he's going to fit pretty well with Teddy Bridgewater. Let's go to the next question we got rolling in here now. It looks like he's a Seahawks fan from Hyphen Garla. Will the Seahawks re-sign Clowney? Also, do you feel confident in the current offensive line?
I feel better about the O-line than I did a couple years ago. I still got some concerns. I just frankly don't have too much faith in that team and the organization's ability to evaluate offensive linemen. But I think they brought Brandon Shell, if I'm remembering correctly here off the top of my head. Yeah. I think that'll be fine for the Seahawks. I think that Seattle's the favorite right now for Clowney just because they have the best access to his medical. He's coming off surgery. That hasn't been mentioned too much, but I think that's a factor in why he's unsigned, why he hasn't gotten the big, massive contract he was hoping to get this offseason. I would not be surprised if he signs a one-year deal.
Let's roll in now with this next question. And remember, you're watching NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We are live. If you're not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. And if you're not subscribed to our 49ers channel, you can see it below. It's youtube.com/49ers TV. Any big moves that the 49ers going to make? I think they've already made a lot.
Yeah, I think they kind of shot their wad, if you will, with DeForest Buckner. Yeah, exactly. You heard me, Mitch. With the DeForest Buckner trade and getting that first-round pick and bringing back Eric Armstead and Jimmy Ward. I think their next big move is going to be to extend George Kittle to a record-setting and well-deserved tight end contract.
Well deserved. The best tight end in the NFL. I don't care what Harrison Graham has to say. Let's go to Philly J. What up, Philly J? Appreciate you. What wide receiver do you think the Eagles will get? I'm going to say, is this a free agency or a draft question? We will be doing a live Q&A around the draft in a little bit. So, Tom, let's make this around trades or free agency. Do you think they make a splash there?
No, I think they're going to draft somebody.
All right. Well, then we'll tell you who are they going to? Who do you think they end up getting in the draft?
I could see them end up going with maybe with a Justin Jefferson if he's on the board. I maybe a Denzel Mims, a T. Higgins, a Laviska Shenault. There are a lot of options there in round one that make sense. I wouldn't totally rule out a trade up, by the way, if a CeeDee Lamb or a Judy or a Ruggs starts to slide just a bit.
Okay, I like it. So, Philly J, you're the Eagles fan. Tom, he's a Cowboys fan. If there's any Redskins or Giants fans, be active in the comments section. But who's going to win the NFC East? I think this division is pretty wide open with the teams in the white, that is. Teams in the green, you got to still start putting it together. So C for Cowboys, E for Eagles, R for Redskins, G for Giants. I'm going to type my E for Eagles. That's where I'm going, Tom.
Well, I'm going to go with the Cowboys still, but I think those first two teams are the very clear-cut, head and shoulders above the rest favorites in the NFC East, and I think both have a really good chance of making the playoffs next season.
I mean, that would be pretty interesting. Two teams, same division. I mean, I think the NFC West could have all four. That would be mind-blowing. Let's go to the next question. Rolling in now from LOL Zen. Will the Pats get Cam Newton, and would it be a good move?
I don't think the Patriots go after Cam Newton, but I do think it would be a good move. I'm not really sure what the Patriots are planning. I think they have a plan, and I'm starting to suspect that they might just tank for Trevor next year, but look, Newton instantly is their best quarterback over Brian Hoyer, over Jarrett Stidham if he's healthy. So I wouldn't mind seeing Newton in New England. I think that could be a really good move if the Patriots still want to try and compete this year for playoffs and beyond.
I will say this. If Cam Newton goes to the New England Patriots, it would not surprise me if somehow they figure out a way to win that division. I mean, if you can win a division with Matt Castle, I think if you can win a division with a healthy Cam Newton. Yeah. All right, next question rolling in from my man Kennedy Nolan. And remember to make sure that you're using hashtag NFL. We got over 650 people watching us live on YouTube. So to better your chance of getting on the show, you can also super chat or follow me below. Renz365 plug. Do you think that the Ravens make any more moves in free agency?
I think bringing back Jimmy Smith was kind of their other big move. I know there's some concern right now around Michael Brocker's health in terms of a high ankle sprain issue, and that could be a potential issue that they run into. So I wouldn't rule out defensive line right now as a potential sneaky option if they worry about Brockers. But other than that, maybe a linebacker could be an option, but I think they might choose to focus more on the draft for that side of things.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. So, Tom, appreciate you a lot, and appreciate everyone who's watching us live right now. So to give you all a little bit of a heads up, we got a pretty awesome deal going on right now, chatsports.com/NFL jersey. Hundreds and hundreds of jerseys, not just the ones that you see on screen. There's also the Color Rush. There's also Legends players as well. And for a limited time only, special deal, use promo code SPROUT at checkout, SPROUT. You're going to save 25%. So normally these jerseys are like $100. Right now, under $80, 25%, $75, hashtag math when you use promo code SPROUT. So who's your favorite player, favorite team? Make sure you're repping them the entire offseason. All right, looks like we got some super chats. So shout out to those people that super chatting. Any optimism with Devin Funchess? Also, Tom doesn't know about this. If I get a $10 super chat, I'm going to post a picture of Tom on today's show without a shirt on.
Which one is that?
Devin Funchess, go.
There are a whole bunch of great ones out there. Look,
without your shirt on?
Yeah, and by great, I mean hysterically bad to see. I think there's reason to have some optimism with Funchess. I'm not banking on him instantly being the number 2 receiver for Green Bay. He's coming off of injury. I've never thought he's actually all that great, quite frankly. But for what the Packers could use, maybe you try and use him a little bit more as a big slot. I've wanted to see him in that role. I think he could thrive in it. He's mostly been a big-bodied outside guy. But look, they lost Jimmy Graham. They needed more size on the outside. So for the deal that he came in on, I don't have any issue with it whatsoever.
Call me crazy. I think he's going to be a tight end. I've always kind of said that Devin Funchess has been more of a tight end.
Played that.
He plays wide receiver. It'd be a great role for him in that Green Bay Packers offense. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. All right, let's go to another super chat that's rolling in now. Timothy Crooms. Do the Colts get a cornerback or wide receiver this free agency period?
Well, they've got 2 early second-round picks, so I think they might be targeting some players there at those positions if they don't want to try and find a quarterback to develop this season. I don't know about receiver. I just don't like the market really that's left. Does Demarcus Robinson really move the needle for you at all? I'm not sure that it does. But there are some potential flyers at cornerback that I think could make some sense. Some players who have been cut this free agency. So I'm not sure on receiver, but I do think, even though it might not be a big name guy, I think you might see a corner go after, the Colts go after a buy low candidate at the cornerback spot and still, of course, address that spot in the draft now that I kind of surprisingly thought cut Pierre Desir.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the $10 super chat that came in. And I'll tell you what, man. If you love NFL videos, we're the company for you. If you love to have a good laugh because laughter is the best medicine in this crazy world that we're living in right now, Chat Sports is the place for you. So Tom and I, we're home. And if you're stuck at home too and you need some stuff to do, we're going to have NFL videos the entire off season. You can see the link below, youtube.com/chatsportstv. If that's too difficult to remember, watch this. We're going to put it in the comments section. We'll put it in the description. So all you have to do to make sure that you're occupied during the Big C is click that link below. Make sure you subscribe. Much appreciated, y'all. All right, we got a super chat rolling in here from Cole Bro Gaming YouTube. Will Slay be better this year than last year?
I don't think that Slay was bad last year. I don't think he was quite the same guy he was in his prime, but I think part of the reason why is Detroit never brought pressure. I think they asked their corners to cover too long, given for their defensive line, and they kind of lacked a true dynamic 10-sack-a-game guy, which they still don't have, by the way.
Yep.
But I think for Slay in Philadelphia, the front's going to be better than what he had in Detroit. They need a cornerback too. So I think Slay's numbers will be better in terms of like stuff given up, because I think teams are mostly going to ignore him if they don't figure out that cornerback too early. They got Nakelvin Coleman as their slot. CB2 still is a big question mark for me, though, for Philadelphia.
This next super chat is rolling in from Brian Coward. So, Tom, I'm going to read it. I'm going to let you answer it, and then we're going to let producer Alicia get the picture of you, because he paid for it. Okay. Should the Niners go after Xavier Rhodes? Also, got married Monday despite everything going on right now. I just wanted to give you guys some good news and post the pic. So should the 49ers go after Rhodes? We'll start there. And
well,
also,
first,
congrats. Everyone type congrats in the comments from my man Brian getting married.
That's exactly what I was going to do. Congrats, Brian. I think Rhodes could fit what they want. The issue is that Rhodes was horrible last year.
Yes,
so
thank you. Even though he made the Pro Bowl.
It doesn't make any sense. He had no business coming within 100 feet of the Pro Bowl. For Rhodes, if he comes in on like a 1-year deal with no guaranteed money, let him compete for a roster spot, yeah, I'm fine with that. But if you bring in Rhodes, I don't think that fixes your cornerback issue. I don't think that takes care of – it's not an upgrade over Akello Witherspoon, quite frankly, and I'm drawing a blank on the other guy they had on their roster who played really well down the stretch for him out of Virginia Tech. Can't remember who it is because I don't have my Google in front of me. Emmanuel Moses, that's who it is. I don't think he's an upgrade over those guys. So I don't. You can bring him in, but that does not fix your issues when it comes to the cornerback spot.
So if you're married, type M for married. If you're single, type S for single.
That's the one I wanted.
You paid for it. You wanted to see it. We're going to try to make it a little bit bigger, but Tom, he's the guy on the right. So I was like, we're not near each other, and a lot of times it's hard to sneak by, I guess, when we're doing graphics. But since we're not in the same room, we can try to do it. So Tom, he's the one on the right, and I found this picture on Facebook.
Yeah. So, you've used this before on the show. I swear.
We have a lot of new viewers. Lot of new viewers.
That's fair.
That's the close-up I'm looking for. Great job, Alicia. Everyone type Alicia because that's a round of applause. That's terrific.
This is back
because your belt looks like Clemson.
Yeah, well, you can't really tell. The headband's also orange.
Wow.
I'm
also covering up that six-pack.
It was not a six-pack. It's never been a six-pack, but that was back when I was a little bit thinner.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1
it's a straight 10.
Horrible, 10 being this is great.
Straight 10. This is one of my all-time favorite photos. Shout out my roommate Brooks for taking that with me. It's freshman year college.
Yeah, that's hard to look. That's definitely before you would have been typing your M for Mary.
Fun fact that was right before.
We got to get Tom off the screen, or at least the naked Tom. You're shooting your wads everywhere, apparently. So are the Bears done with free agency? So do you think the Bears, they're all done? They're just going to prepare for the draft?
They brought in Jermaine Ifedi today, or at least I should say on Wednesday.
Yep.
Maybe you look for some corners, but the Bears spent the majority of their money on Nick Foles, Jimmy Graham, and Robert Quinn. So I think for the most part, they're about done. Maybe some other depth, cheaper signings, but I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of other moves done.
So we're going to answer a few more questions. So if you have a really, really glaring question, make sure that you can super chat or use hashtag NFL. So we're going to go to Susan Sues. Mm-hmm. Susan, how many things have you sued? Where is Yannick Ngakoue going and for what price? So there's been a lot of trade rumors around Yannick. I would have said that I thought he was 100% going, and I still kind of think he is, but it's definitely slowed down.
Yeah, I don't know what ends up happening with Yannick. Things have been really quiet. I think the Jags are really trying to hold on to him.
Yeah.
I think they've kind of rebuffed some potential trade interest, and when the Bills made the deal for Stephon Diggs, I thought that kind of took out one of the number one spots for him.
Totally agree. We got another super chat running in here from Sonny Lamont, and it's freaking beautiful in Dallas. I don't know what. Type how warm it is right now in the comment section for y'all, because it's beautiful. It's like 86 here in Dallas. So as we sit with the moves we made, do the Bills have enough to make a Super Bowl run?
How much do you trust Josh Allen? Because that's what it comes down to.
I mean, they have all the pieces. They have everything I think you're looking for in a defense. Their defense could be the best defense in the NFL.
It's awesome. I still think maybe you're looking for another piece on the offensive line, maybe some youth on the defense, especially in terms of edge rusher. You took care of receiver. You have Stephon Diggs. You got promising young pieces. Devin Singletary in the backfield. They've got Dawson Knox at tight end. I think that's a good building toward that. That's a really good core for Buffalo. Excluding quarterback, I think that roster is one of the best in the NFL. So how much do you trust Josh Allen? So if you trust him, then yes, absolutely. If you don't, we'll see.
All right, let's go to the final question coming in from my man Lurch954. And if we didn't get to your questions, You can hit me up on Instagram at MitchellRenz365, or you can hit up Tom at Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. Do you think Jameis Winston and Devonta Freeman would be a good fit with the Chargers? I'll say no, because I think Freeman is a much worse version of Austin Eckler.
But if you're asking him just to be the backup, I actually think yes, he is. Like if you're asking him
not paying Freeman
to be
those knees, man, are
you don't have to pay him much though. I'm talking like you're not going to pay him $10 million. I'm probably going to pay him $5 million. If you get him for 1 year, $3 million, you say no?
I mean, 1 year, $3 million, yeah, that I would do.
Okay,
That's half of what Eckler's getting.
I think Winston could be a fit in LA. I'm convinced they're going to take quarterback in round 1, at which point it's not a great fit.